My name is Nadene White, and we're going into a power mat Pilates workout today. It's a 50-minute workout. All you need is your body. You don't need shoes, you don't need socks, just your body and a mat and water, of course, and maybe a towel in case you need to wipe off some sweat. All right, I'm gonna get the music started. If you haven't done Pilates before, this is not a beginner workout. It's for someone who's done it before, but I will show some modifications just in case you need to try it. Again, modify as you need to in case I don't show those ones just for you, okay? Let's get started. Let's start with parallel feet. Four corners of your feet into the floor. Lift the arches up, soft knees, zip up the belly, close the ribs, and we'll start with easy shoulder rolls up, round, and back. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling around and down. Inhaling and exhaling. So what we're focusing on here is driving those shoulders up to the back of the ears, sliding the shoulder blades together, and then pushing them down. Opening up those shoulder joints. Good, and let's add bigger arms. Getting into that chest, front body. Inhaling, exhaling. Just feels good to do this. One more. And let's take a breath in. Bend the knees, push through the heels, inhale up, maybe look up, exhale down. Good, keep the heels down, inhale up, shoulders down as the arms go overhead. Couple more, inhale up, good, exhale down, one more. Inhale down and exhale. Good, roll the shoulders up and back. Now let's go for a heel raise, alternating. Good, arms are down, shoulders are down and back. And we're breathing. Good. Lift up onto the ball of the foot. Good. Last two. Good job. Now let's take this into a knee lift, alternating. Here we go. Feel free to add the opposite arm. Good. So this Pilates style is a lot more flow than a restorative Pilates class. We're going to go from one movement to the next, maintaining that tall spine. Good. Last two. And last one, into a little mini squat, okay? Sit down into your chair squat and exhale, push the arms back. Inhale, four corners of the feet, stay down. Exhale, drive the shoulders down. Inhale, good. Exhale, one more. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, lift up. Good, let's take the legs a little wider into what we call that second position. The legs are wide enough so your knees are over the tops of your feet. Slight heavy tailbone, tuck it under. Roll the shoulders up and back into your sumo squat. So inhale, bring the arms down. Exhale into your side bend. Stretch over. Inhale, down. Opposite arm, up and over. Stretch. Maybe look up at the elbow crease. Inhale, down. Exhale, over. Make sure as you stretch over, equal pressure in both feet. Good. Inhale, down. Exhale, over. Keeping the shoulders down. Keep it going. Maybe getting a little lower. Good. Nice soft breath out. Imagine you're blowing on a candle flame, but you don't want to out it, so it's a soft breath. Stretch. One more. Inhale, nice strong arms. Reach over and then come back to center. So one big shoulder roll, slide down that imaginary wall, shoulders over your hips, palms are up, slide your shoulder blades together, rotate right center and left center. Exhale. So if this bothers your shoulders or your neck at all, feel free to look straight ahead. Good, keep pushing the knees back, opening up the inner thighs, exhaling. Good. Shoulders down, zipping up the belly, staying tall in your stance. Good. Last two. Good. And last one. And rise. Good. Walk the feet back in. We're coming to the end of our mat. We're going into our roll downs. So feet are parallel to each other. Give me a big shoulder roll. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Nod your chin and roll down. Stretching out your back. Bend the knees, slowly roll back up, chin on your chest, open up. Good, again, round your spine like you're rounding over an imaginary fence. Look back, Bend the knees, weight into your heels, scoop the belly in, roll up. Couple more. Come on down. Get a nice stretch there. Come on back up, peeling your spine. This is all about spine mobility. Let's do one more. Round over. Keeping your belly button into your spine. Bend the knees, slowly roll up. Your head is the last to come up. Pushing the shoulders down and stretch. And then we're going to roll down and walk out to your plank. Good. Walk it out. Wrist, elbows, shoulders in one line. Good. Spread your fingertips wide. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Modify here. Bring the knees down. You decide what's best for you. So stay here in your strong plank. So we're either staying there or adding a challenge. Rocking back and forth on the ball of the feet. Keeping your head in line with your spine. We're breathing. Good. Nice range of motion through the ankle joint. And last one. And now pedal the knees down. It doesn't have to hit the floor. All I want you to think about is your shoulders pushing away from your ears and you're pushing away from the mat. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Good, almost there. Last two. And last one. Bring both knees down and let's sit back and stretch. You can rest your forehead down here, arms are long, driving your hips to your heels. Bring the arms behind you into your shell stretch. Palms are up. Lift them up and rotate at the wrist one way and let's go the other way. Good. And come back up onto your hands and knees one more time. Wrist, elbow, shoulders in one line. Again, push the shoulders away from your ears. Zip up the belly. We're going to start with this inside leg. Hip openers coming up and around. Here we go. Up and around. In and out. So we're trying to get that leg parallel to the floor. Reaching through the toes and breathing. Last two. And then we go the opposite way. Now to the outside, around, stretch. Glutes and abs tight. Inhale, exhale. Strong arms here. Push the floor away from you. Good. Two more. Last one. Now flexion of your spine, round the back, forehead to the knee. Extend out. Maybe you want the challenge. You can tap the knee and extend out with the opposite arm. Scoop the belly in, round the back. Stretch, arm and leg parallel to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Just do a few more. Scoop, round, shoulders down. Exhale, long arm and leg. Your thumbs are up and that arm. Let's do two more. Inhale, exhale, stretch. One more. How you doing? Are you there with me? Hold it. Level hips. Arm and leg parallel. Hold for 3. Little pulses up. 2. 1 and hold. Stretch a little bit more and rest. Great work. Knees apart. Sit down and stretch. Bring the arms behind you. Shell stretch. Lift them up. Rotate at the wrist and go the other way. Nice work. Good. All right, we're going into a forearm plank now. Come all the way down, elbows right underneath your shoulders. So decide if you're staying on your knees, a little easier, or coming up onto the ball of the foot. Feet are about 3 inches apart, shoulders down. Inside leg lifts and lower. Strong core. What I don't want to see is those hips up. Okay, if you need to raise your hips, then maybe come down onto your knees. Exhale, or just hold plank. 2 more and then we switch sides. Here we go, other side, flexion of that foot. That means your toes are pointed straight down. Good. Anytime you need a break, just hold still or drop to the knees. 4 more. 4, squeeze your glute. Core is tight, last 2. 1 more, and sit back and stretch. Woo, did you feel that? That was tough, right? But you did it. Good stuff. Bring the arms behind you once more. Excellent. Good. And let's come up, and then we'll go to the other side right away. I'm just going to turn around here. Shoulders, elbows, wrists in one line. Knees are right under your hips, about 3 inches apart. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Extend out and in. Extend out and in. All right, let's take it to the outside. Here we go. That's what we should be doing. In first and exhale out. Good. Hip openers on this side. Good. Head in line with your spine. Inhale, exhale, stretch. 2 more. And reverse it. Go the other way to the outside. Extend. Out. Stretch. Good. We're almost there. Press the floor away from you. Strong arms. Shoulders away from the ears. Now flexion of the spine. Here we go. Round under. Forehead to the knee. Extend. Feel free to add the opposite arm. Tap the knee. Thumbs up, extend. Good. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Good. Inhale, scoop the belly in and stretch. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4. Stretch. Long arm and leg. Here's 3. Zip up the belly. Good. Here's 2. And reach. Strong glutes, strong abs. Last one. Out on whole little pulses. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo. Good work. Long arms here. Relax and stretch for a minute. Bring the arms behind you. Lift them up. Rotate at the wrist one way. Good. And rotate the other way. Let's come all the way down onto your tummy. We're working into our back now, okay? Come on down. So let's place your hands right underneath your shoulders. Your legs are wide. Your heels are caving in. Forehead resting down. Pushing your shoulders down. Press into your palms. Lift up and lower. Soft breath out. Pushing the shoulders down and lower. Good. Zipping up the belly and lower. Good. If you want to add on to this, add that challenge, add a little rock. Good. Toes are pointed. The legs are bow shaped. Even more. Add a reach. If you feel like you're slipping down that mat, that's a part of it too. 2 more. Stretch. And last one, hold, shoulders down, and rest. Nice work. Just rest your forehead down for a second and breathe. Hands underneath your shoulders. Sit back and stretch. Good. Feels good. Nice job. We're coming all the way down onto your back, onto your tummy. That's it. Forehead rests on the back of your hands. Legs are parallel to each other, pressing the pelvis down, zipping up your core. Now just that right leg lifts up. Now left. Up and down. You're reaching through the toes like someone's pulling you from the ball of the foot. As you lift, you're tightening up your core and exhaling. Shoulders down. Good. Squeezing your glute and your abs. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Breathing. Almost there. Just a couple more. And last one, and relax. Good job. Now let's take the knees apart. Soles of your feet together or your heels together. Either one is fine. But we're flexing the feet. I'm going to squeeze my heels together. So squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. I'm squeezing my heels. And as I do that, my glutes will tighten up, my butt muscles. Squeeze, release. Shoulders down. Good. Exhale. Let's do a few more. You're doing great. Here's 4. Good. 3. Almost there. 2. Are you pushing the shoulders down? Last one. Hold. Tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, squeeze, and extend out back. Nice job. All right, sit back and stretch. Let's move on. Let's come into seated position. So we're going to kind of switching up the order of our normal Pilates class. We're kind of started at the end of it, and now we're going to the beginning. So feet are hip distance apart. Shoulders are down. Lift the body tall. Palms face in. Scoop the belly and roll down halfway. Tuck. And exhale up and over. Stretch. Dropping the shoulders. Exhale up and over. Now, if you can't come down as far, all right, that's okay. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs for the modification. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, round over. Couple more. Inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, round over. We're almost there. Dropping the shoulders down. Exhale, over. Last time. Inhale, lower. Hold it. Hold it. Now bring that right arm back. Here we stretch and other way. Roll around. Good. Exhale. Good. Exhale. Keep it going. Good. Stretch. Eyes can follow. Trying to keep those hips square. 4 more. 3. To modify, come up just a little bit more. Last one. And hug your knees in. How'd that feel? Good. Little butterfly stretch. Soles of your feet together. You can bring the arms back. Nice tall body and hold. Good. All right. Let's come back down here. We're rolling down all the way onto your back. So sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Roll down for 8, 7, 6. Take your time. Fight it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice stretch. Little arch into the back here. That's fine. Good. Bring the legs back in. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Push your shoulders down so you've got that natural curve right underneath your lower back. Keep that there. Scissor arms. Right arm goes back, left arm down, and meet in the center. Good. Exhale, stretch, and center. Stretch, center, reach, reach, stretch, exhale. We're breathing. Keep it going. How's that lower back? No arching, right? Just that tiny space. Good, we're almost there. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Good stuff. Rest the arms down. All right, we're going into our pelvic tilts now. So heels are lined up right underneath your knees. We're going to flatten the back, smush that imaginary grape underneath your lower back, and release. Good. Exhale, scoop and flatten. Inhale, release. Exhale, scoop and flatten, shoulders down. Inhale, release. Exhale, scoop and flatten. Inhale, release. Flatten, release. 1 more. Exhale, scoop and flatten, and release. All right, now let's go into a hip roll. We'll start with what we just did. So tuck under. Now pick up your pelvis bone by bone and your spine. So pick up that lower back into your mid back, and then you're onto your shoulders, pressing the arms firmly down. If you need to adjust your feet, make sure your heels are lined up right underneath your knees. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and release your tailbone. Do that again. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, pick up, keeping those shoulder blades flat. Good. Roll back down. Scoop. Release. Keep it going. Inhale, scoop, pick up. Good. Roll down, bone by bone, just like a beaded necklace being picked up. One bead at a time, one vertebrae at a time. Lift up. And again, roll down. Good. Now tuck under, keep that tuck. Scoop. Arms pressing down. Right leg lifts, then left. Here we go. To tabletop and down. Exhale. So your toes are pointed. Good. You can maintain that neutral back, neutral spine. Slight curve underneath your back. Good. We're breathing. Just a couple more. And last one. Good job. Tuck the tailbone under. Flatten out the back. Pick up one leg at a time to tabletop. Squeeze your inner thighs together like crazy. Now reach that right toes down to the floor. Down and lift. Down. Now make sure your lower back stays firmly on the mat. If you feel that your back is coming off the mat, don't go as far. For the challenge, you can extend the legs out, pressing the shoulder blades down. Keep it going. Exhale. 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 Keep breathing. We're almost there. 4. Keep the back flat. Exhale. 3. Last 2. One more. And hug your knees in. Nice job. Look to your right. Push the shoulders down. Look to your left. Good. And then come back to center. Nice job. Bring your feet down one at a time. We're going into your half roll up. Bring the arms back. Now lift them up to the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale, pick up your shoulder blades and reach. Rolling down. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. And back down. And again, inhale. Exhale, reach. Now option to stay here, but if you can, maybe straighten out the legs next one and come up all the way. Good. Peeling your spine off the mat. Nice stretch. Roll down bone by bone. Good. Inhale up. Exhale up and over. Stretch. Scoop in the belly. Every vertebrae coming down. And make sure you're flexing those feet. So your knees are staying up to the ceiling. Your feet are like they're up against the wall. Stretch. Good. Let's do one more. If you feel like your tights or your leggings are coming off, you're doing it right. One more. All the way up. Stay here and sit up tall. Good job. And adjust, right? Let's fix that. Good stuff. All right. We're coming back to that seated position. Everything in line. We're going to pick up one leg to tabletop and then the other. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Toes are pointed. Drop the shoulders down. Gaze towards your belly button. And maybe you're staying here today. If you've got neck or upper back injuries, just stay here. Otherwise, we're going for rolling like a ball where we roll onto our shoulders. Come with me if you want to. Inhale back. Exhale up and balance. Inhale back. Exhale up and balance. Keeping your eyes on your belly button like you're in a big bowl. Zipping up the inner thighs. 2 more. Exhale. And last one. Squeeze, hold, shoulders down. Lift and rest. Good. Soles of your feet together once more. Lengthen your spine and stretch. Good. And walk it back. Nice job. Feet down. Let's roll back down slowly onto your back. Pick up one leg at a time to tabletop. Flatten out that back. Squeeze your inner thighs. We're going into hundreds. So option number 1, keep the head down and just start pumping the arms vigorously. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. If you want more, lift the shoulder blades off the mat and exhale. If you want less, bring your feet to the mat and your head as well. I'm going to stay in the middle. Inhaling and exhale, squeeze the inner thighs. For the challenge, extend out and bring it in. Good. Exhale, press out. Inhale in. Keep it going. Exhale, press out. Bring it in. Let's do 2 more. Eyes towards that belly button. And in. 1 more. Exhale, zip up. Lift up 1 more inch off those shoulder blades and hug. Good. Look to your right. Release your neck. Look to your left. Good. And come back to center. Legs to tabletop. Fingertips behind your head. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. We're going into single leg extension. At any time, bring your head down. Stretch. Stretch. For the challenge, higher off those shoulder blades to the inside knee of the bent leg, outside ankle. Keep going. Press. 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 Good. Almost there. Good. And then lift both legs up. We're going into lower and lift. Modification, bend the knees, support your back with your hands or a towel. Lower down. Exhale, lift. Good. Lower. Exhale, lift. For the challenge, straighten out the legs. Lower and lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Good. Keep it going. Are your inner thighs zipped up? Breathe. So good. 1 more. Hold it low. 3, 2, 1, and hug. Nice job. Look one way. Release your neck. Come back to center. And bring your feet down 1 at a time. Fingertips behind your head. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Right shoulder to opposite knee. And then we switch sides. Here we go. Lift and lower. Now keep the hips down. They don't move. Lift and lower. Good. Exhale, lift and lower. Good. It's just that shoulder blade coming off the mat. And if you want a little bit more challenge, lift the knee. Exhale. Exhale. Next level, extend out, legs out. Let's do 4 more. 3. Last 2. Little twist and a rest. Nice job. And stretch out your neck again. Look one way. Look the other way. And center. Good. Take your legs up to the ceiling. Reach for your calf and draw that left one down as you pull that right one in. You can keep your head down. 2 pulses. 1, 2, and switch. Good. Shoulders down. Option to take your shoulder blades off the mat. So you're getting a nice stretch through your hip flexors and through your hamstring, back of the thigh. Exhale. And breathe. And let's do 4 more. Here's 4. Good. 3. Good. Last 2. And last 1. And lift both legs up and hug. Push the shoulders down. Rotate at the ankle joints. And let's go the other way. Big rotations. Good. And let's bring your feet back down to the mat 1 at a time. Arms down, neutral pelvis, hip lifts. Here we go. Pick it up. Down and up. Good. Lifting and lowering. Try not to clench your butt cheeks too tightly, all right? Let the feet do the work. Push through the heels. Lift. Couple more. Lift. 1 more. Up and hold. And tiny pulses. Go. Lift. 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 Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. And release. Slowly down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Soles of your feet together. Little butterfly stretch. So good. Bring your feet back to center. Heels lined up under your knees. Pick up your hips and pick your right leg up to tabletop, then extend all the way up. Now keep the hips lifted. Flex the foot. If this is too much, keep both feet down and just lower and lift your hips. Otherwise, come with me. Flex lower, point lift. Flex lower, point lift. Exaggerate the flex and the point. And keep your hips up. Good. 4 more. 3, keep those shoulders down. Keep the arms pressing down. Last 1. and bend the knee. Place that foot down. You can rest for a second, and then let's pick it right back up. Take that left one up, tabletop, then extend. Lift the hips up, flex. Here we go. Flex lower, point lift. So you're only coming down where the knees are side by side, and then you come right back up. Good. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Good. And bend the knees, placing that foot down. Roll down through your spine, bone by bone. Good. Soles of your feet together. Nice stretch. Good. And breathing. Nice job. And release. Let's come on to your side. Well, how about a drink of water? Yes? Let's grab a quick sip of water and then we'll come right back to it. Good. Hydration, so important. So we're coming all the way down onto your side. Your body is in line with the back of your mat. Your waist is lifted off the mat. Top shoulder down away from your ear. Lift the top leg nice and long and you're reaching through the toes. Make sure your knees are pointed straight ahead. A strong core to support you. Point lift, flex lower. Point lift, flex lower. Reaching through the toes. Shoulders staying down. Core tight. Good. Point lift, flex lower. Good. 2 more. So good. Now out and hold. Knees straight ahead and circle front. Circle. Good. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Nice precise circles. Good. And reverse it. Good. About a grapefruit size. What size is that? Good. Trace that grapefruit on the outside. Good. And hold it here. Now let that bottom leg come up to meet it. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze. Everything's touching on the inside. Good. Squeeze and lower. Shoulders down. 3. That's it. 2. Last one up and hold. Now lower both legs. Here we go. It's down. Lift. Reaching through the toes. Zipping up the belly. And breathing. Good. 4 more. Up. 3. Last 2. And last one. We're going to add on here. So bottom arm down. Lift into that side bend. Squeezing the inner thighs. If you need to take a break, take a break. And then next time, maybe you'll go a little further the more you do it, right? Good. Last 2. 1 more. Up and hold. Shoulders down. Zip up and rest. Nice job. Support here. I want you to bring your feet to the front corner of your mat. Good. Now lift the top leg up, hip height, and flex the foot. We're going to kick forward for 2. 1, 2. Point, pull back, squeeze the glute. And again. Kick for 2. Point, pull back, squeeze. Keep it going. 1, 2. Squeeze. Good. 1. Kick further on that second one. Just a couple more. 1, 2. Squeeze. Shoulders down. Last time. Uphold. Hands down and lift. So lengthen that top leg. Push the shoulders down. Zip up the belly and little pulses up. Last 2 and 1 hold and rest. Woo! Feels so good. Let's stretch out that top hip. Bring that knee over, releasing through that glute. Now straighten out that bottom leg and lift lower. Lift and lower. Just coming to a hover. Toes are pointed on that bottom leg and we're breathing. Here's 4 more. Good. 3. Almost there. 2. And last one up, hold. Stay here, little pulses. You can do it. 8. 7, longer legs. 6, inner thighs are working. 4, 3, 2 and 1, hold and rest. Oh, so good. Let's come up onto the forearm on this side. We're going into our side bends. So good distance between your shoulder and your ear. Bottom knee is bent. Top foot comes over. Lift through that torso, hand in front. We're gonna pivot onto this knee. Here we go. Inhale, up, over and stretch. Lower down. Up, over and stretch. And down. If you want more, you can come up onto your hand. Stretch. Good. Exhale, up and over. Nice long side body. If you still want more, you can straighten out the legs here. Lift up and over. Let's do one more. Inhale down. Exhale up and over. Hold it and rest. Good. Come on down. We're going into your mermaid. Shoulders up and back. One arm up and side bend over. Stretch. Push the shoulders down. Maybe look up at that elbow crease. Inhale down. Lift up and over. Stretch. One more each way. Stretch. Last time. And stretch. Soft breath. And now we're going back onto the other side. Yes? Good. So we're starting with our body lined up against the back of your mat. Bottom waist is lifted. Top leg long. Knees pointed straight ahead. Core is strong. Point lift, flex lower. Point lift, flex lower. Point lift, flex lower. Keeping the knees straight ahead. And we're breathing. Good. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Now hold it out there. Reach through the toes and circle forward. Good. Remember that grapefruit. We're tracing it. Good. And reverse it. 8. Good. Nice precise circles. Good. Now hold the top leg up. Bottom leg lifts to meet it. And lower. Squeeze. Everything touches. Lift. Shoulders down. We've got 4 more. Here's 4. You're doing so great. Keep pushing. Keep breathing. Keeping that core tight. Now lower both legs and lift both legs. Lift and lower. Good. Now we're going to add that bottom arm side bend. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift. Still squeezing the inner thigh. Shoulders down. So good. 4 more. 4. 3. We're almost there. Last 2. And last one. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Whoo. All right. Into that second move. We're bringing our feet forward. Good. And we're lifting the top leg up. Hip height. Flexing the foot. Push the top shoulder down. Kick forward. Forward 2. Point, pull back, squeeze your glute. Again. 1, 2, and squeeze. Good work. 1, 2, and squeeze. Glutes are tight. And again, abs supporting that lower back. Stretch. Good. 1. Kick further on that second one. You got it. Let's do 4 more. Stretch. Good. 3. Stretch. Last 2. Good. 1 more. And stretch, hold, point the toes, hand rest down, and lift. Lift. Zip up the belly, top shoulder down. 4, 3, 2 and 1 hold. Squeeze, lengthen the leg even more, and rest. So good. Nice job, everyone. Let's come up onto your forearm. We're going into your side bend. Remember, this is a modification. You can stay down in that forearm. Bottom knee is bent. Top foot comes over. Good distance between your shoulder and your ear. And then you pivot onto the knee. Inhale. Exhale, hike the hip and stretch. And lower down. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Big stretch. Hike the hip. And if you want a little bit more, come on up onto that hand. Inhale. Exhale. Pivot. And lower down. Good. Final level, you can extend both legs out. Inhale, up, lift. Zip up the inner thigh. One more. Big stretch. And lower down. Nice job. Let's go into a mermaid. So bend the knees right here. All right, bottom arm down, lift up. Nice, strong, straight arm up and over, stretch. Maybe looking at that elbow crease. Inhale down, lift up. Exhale up and over, stretch. Good, one more each way. Inhale up, exhale over. Good. And last time, inhale up, exhale over, stretch. And rest, nice job. All right, let's go into spine stretch forward. So we're turning around. Your feet are gonna be as wide as your mat. Toes are pulling inward like they're up against the wall. Roll the shoulders up and back. Arms are long. Now round over, here we go. Nod your chin, scoop the belly in. Stretch. Now stack your spine up tall. Push the shoulders down. Lift up. And again, inhale, round over. Anchor your hips, stretch. Keep those toes pulling towards you. Scoop the belly in. Shoulders down, sit up tall. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, around. Anchor the hips, stretch. Scoop and lift up. Good, one more. Inhale, round. Stretch. And last time. Stack your spine, one vertebrae on the other. Lift up, hold this, and rest. So good. Nice job. All right, we're taking the feet a little wider. This time we're going into your saw. So again, knees straight up to the ceiling, toes straight up to the ceiling. Arms are wide. Good. Rotate to your right pinky, pinky to pinky, and stay here. Reach for 3, 2, 1. Scoop and lift, twist. Reach for 3, 2, 1. Up and lift, twist. 3, 2, 1. Up and lift, twist. 3. Anchoring the opposite hip. Twist. Good. Lift. Twist. Good. Couple more. Shoulders down, looking behind you. Last time. Reach. And sit up tall. Center it up and rest. Oh, so good. Hug your knees in. Nice little stretch here. Pushing your shoulders down. We're going into our roll ups and our roll downs, okay? So feet are out. Again, this is the modification. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can straighten out the legs. Now arms up. Roll down slowly, taking your time until you're all the way down. Now hold it here for a second. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, peel your spine off the mat. You can either come just halfway or all the way back down or all the way up. Stretch. Roll back down. You've done this one before. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, up and over, stretch. Good. 1 more. Inhale, up and over, stretch. And last time, scoop the belly and roll down. Hug your knees in. So good. Stay here. Look to your right. Look to your left. Come back to center. Take the arms out to the side. Palms are down. Press the arms firmly down into your floor. Zip up the inner thighs. Lower back pressed into the mat. We're going to take your knees off to the right side, just halfway down. Exhale, lower. And pick it up, center. Squeeze in the inner thighs. Down. And lift up. Keep it going. Exhale, over. Zip up the inner thighs. Shoulders down. Lift up. Keep it going. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Zip up the belly. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Again, for the challenge, you can straighten out those legs and up and hug. Woo. Push the shoulders down. Nice job. Rotated the ankle joints one way and the other way. Good stuff. All right, let's come on up to seated position. and then flip over onto your hands and knees. We're going into a bear plank. So the knees are only about an inch away from each other. Wrist, elbow, shoulders are lined up. Push your shoulders down. Curl your toes under. Now let's bring those knees right touching each other. Ankles touching as well. So inhale to stay here. Exhale. Lift your knees 1 inch off the mat and hold. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Release. Again. Exhale, lift. Release. Exhale, lift. Now you can keep doing that, or for the challenge, hold the bear plank, make footprints on the ceiling. Exhale, lift. Good. We're almost there. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4. Good. 3, 2, 1 more. And sit down and stretch. Knees apart, feet together. Inhale, exhale. Bring the arms behind you. Palms up. Rotate at the wrist one way. And rotate the other way. Good. Come all the way down onto your tummy. Once more. Good. Rest your forehead down on the back of your hands. We're going into a hamstring curl, working the back side of your thighs. So your knees are your feet are parallel to each other. Good. We're going to bring one leg up, flexing the foot. Now full range of motion. Here's 3, 2, 1 point and lower. Other side. 3, 2, 1 point and lower. Flex 3, shoulders down. 2, 1 point and lower. 3, 2, 1 point and lower. Keep it going. We're breathing. Point and lower. 3, 2, we're almost there. 1 more each side. Here's 3, 2, 1 point and lower. Last time. 3, 2, 1 point and lower. Good. Stay here and relax. All right, sit on back and stretch. 1 more move, our power mat Pilates push-ups. Are you ready for it? Yay, let's do this, guys. All right, so adjust. We're gonna come down into plank position. So walk your hands out. Wrist, elbow, shoulders in one line. Drop the hips. So again, with our Pilates push-ups, our knees are down on the mat. Feel free to come up onto your toes if you want that challenge. And then our elbows are dragging by our rib cage. We're going down for 2, leading with your chest. Here we go. Down. Good. And exhale, push up. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push away. Keep it going. Inhale, lower, keeping your head in your line with your spine. Good. Inhale, lower, chest to the floor. Good. You can cross at the ankles as well. Inhale. Exhale, up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift up. And then sit back for your stretch. Knees apart, feet together. Nice long body here. Relax. You deserve this one. Deep inhalations. Deep exhalations. Bring the arms behind you, palms up. Let those shoulders relax. Feel free to take the arms up and rotate at the wrist one way and reverse it. Good, and come on up. Onto your hands and knees 1 more time. Curl your toes under. Push up off your knees. Heels to the floor. Nice stretch here. Hiking your hips up. Pushing your shoulders away from your ears. Reaching your chest to your shins. Pushing your heels to the floor. Good. Feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands in. Looking behind you and stretch. Good. Now bend the knees and slowly roll up. Take your time. Head is the last to come up. Pushing the shoulders down and open up your front body. thumbs go back. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and rest. Good. Come to the front. We are almost done. Good. Legs are wide. Roll the shoulders up, round, and back. Keep rolling. Good. Here's 3. Good. Here's 2. And last one. Straighten out the knees. Right arm up and over. Stretch. Maybe look up at that elbow crease. Inhale up. Exhale up and over. Stretch. One more each way. Up and over. Stretch. Good. Last time. Exhale up and over. Stretch. And center. We'll finish up with our neck stretches. So bend the knees. Shoulders up, round, and back. Press the heels of your hands down. Ear to shoulder one side. Good. Hold that stretch. Rotate in the front. Ear to shoulder, wide through your chest. One more each way. Good, last time. Good, keeping those shoulders square, let your head float up. Slide your shoulder blades together. Stand up tall, 3 breaths to finish. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pushing through the heels, inhale up. Exhale down, and last time, all the way up, balance if you choose to, big stretch. Woo! And you did it. That was Power Mat Pilates, 50-minute workout. My name's Nadene. Hope you enjoyed that workout. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.